Good evening, traders. This is Robson Hayashida here, and today we are going to discuss the break of Dragon. It's a different strategy from last week. So last week we talked about the strategy that was to trade the break of key levels, following the same direction of Dragon. So today we are going to explain to you guys the break of Dragon itself. Okay, so it's very similar to the strategy that we did last week. The only difference is that in this case, instead of looking for a break of a key level, we are looking for a break of Dragon. So let me type to you guys. So what we are looking for is, so I'm looking for a break of Dragon. Okay. So once again, if you guys don't know, the dragon is this very cute dark blue line. Okay, so can you guys see? I'm following with the cursor. So this is a very is a dark blue line that you can see here that has two bands, and this is basically the 50 EMA exponential moving average. So what I'm looking here is that dragon has to be moving up or down. Okay, so dragon has to be moving up or down. It has to have a nice inclination. So needs moving up for bullish or down for a bearish trade. Okay, inclination has to be good. Okay, what do I mean by inclination? The inclination, you don't want something like, if you think about a clock, you don't want the inclination like 3 o'clock because that will be flat. So for a bullish trade, you want something like 1 o'clock, desirable, or like 2 o'clock. So you want a very nice inclination. For a bearish trade, you're looking for, basically you're looking for an inclination of 5 o'clock, desirable, or like 4 o'clock, not that desirable. Okay, so you're looking for a nice, good inclination, nice inclination. Okay. And another thing that you have to look at is the 200 EMA. So if you can say, yeah, can you see here this dotted yellow line is the 200 EMA. So what you want to see here is PA, the price, being traded, okay, above the bullish, okay, or below for bearish, the 200 EMA, okay. So you're looking for the price to being traded above the 200 EMA for a bullish trade or below the 200 EMA for a bearish trade. Okay, so once again, now let's look at the chart. And if you guys don't know, this piece of art, like this collection of strategies, is called PVSRA. All right, so it stands for price, volume, support, and resistance analysis. So looking at the chart that I have here, so we are looking at EURJPY, so Euro, Japanese yen, all right? So what you can see here is you have a break of dragon, okay? It broke a little bit, and I didn't enter here. Why? Because I'm looking for a double confirmation, okay? So I'm looking for something called like double confirmation. So I already have one confirmation that price tried to break, okay, it came all the way down here with high volume, tried to break the 200 EMA but failed and started to bounce back again. Okay, some of you may argue with me and say, hey Robson, he broke it here and he broke it here. Yes, you're right, but the volume was not notable. So if you look at the volume here, you don't see much volume when it broke, right? So, and as you can see here, the candles are not colored. Like you only have blue, light gray and dark gray, so they don't have much volume, okay? So basically, you don't look at these things. So what you look at is that here it tried to break with a huge, massive, like a huge green candle. It tried to break, okay, and failed to break, and price bounced back up, okay. So this is what you look at. Then once again, came down, and then here it started to go, started to break again, but it failed here, and from here it bounced back, okay. So people may ask, Robson, why didn't you enter here? No, why? Because it broke the dragon just a bit, okay, and it didn't break this previous high here, okay. So my double confirmation came here. Why? Because here I broke, not only it confirmed the break of the dragon, okay, so it broke the dragon, and it got some distance out of, like it started to make some distance, like all the way above the dragon, okay. And another thing that happened is that it broke the previous high. So you look at the previous high that had high, notable volume. So this green candle here broke the previous high. Okay, so I got double confirmation. Another confirmation is that, can you see this? It looks like a trend here. Okay, so you see a set of candles that have high volume on the tops, okay, and price is going down, okay. But here is the first time that we broke this trend. So can you see this line here that goes from here, from here, from here, from here? You have a trend, but with this green, huge green candle, we broke this trend. All right, so I placed my trade here. So I went bullish, okay? So I went long here. I should have waited until a bounce back to dragon, but I didn't, because I was imagining that this would go all the way up, okay? Unfortunately, there was a small retrace here, so you can see that it retraced back to dragon, okay? But after a while, it went all the way up, okay? And I closed my trade exactly here. Why? Because I wanted to close just below this thing here so that it can form double shoulders. Okay, if you guys don't know double shoulders, so double shoulders, double shoulders, well, for this bullish trade, double shoulders would be like this, would be like when we finally match the previous high, okay, and we get more or less the same price of the previous high here, okay. So now we can see double shoulders. So since there is a possibility that this trade would go against me after that, because once it formed double shoulders, it would go eventually down. Okay, there is, not always, but there is this possibility. So this is when I set my target. So I close it here. Okay, and as I remember, this trade gave me around 7 pips. Okay, and if you have questions about how to set your target, how to set your TP, your take profit, we are going to do a video about that in a few more days, so stay tuned. Let's take a look at another example. Okay, so the next example is, whoops, it's here. Okay, so here's a very good example. So in this example, you can see that uh, there was a huge red candle that broke the dragon here. Okay, so I have one confirmation. Okay, so where is my second confirmation? My second confirmation actually came here, because not only it broke the dragon, but it also broke the 200 EMA. Okay, so I have two confirmations. So I got my double confirmation. So I entered here. Why? Because went all the way up, and then I started to look for a retrace. So the retrace went all the way here, and then when it started to bounce back again, I entered here. I set the target for 5 pips and close it here. Okay, this was a very simple and interesting trade actually. So let's go for the next. By the way, you always look at volume. So now here I had a huge like candle, like a huge volume bar. So I look at this one as well. So the next one is USD JPY, so dollar yen pair. This was a very nice one because I saw that we already had formed triple shoulders. Okay, so there is already triple shoulders here. All right. So, but what I also noticed is that we were like kind of, although we broke the dragon with notable volume here, the next one was like failed to break the 200 EMA. Okay. Also failed to break the dragon. Okay. So I had one confirmation here. Okay. The second confirmation happened here because it also failed to break the 200 EMA for the second time, and it broke the dragon upwards. Okay, so it failed to break the 200 EMA downwards, and it broke the dragon upwards here. Okay, with a huge green candle and huge, like notable volume. So I placed my trade exactly here, and I was also imagining that it would eventually like break here, but just try to be safe. So I just target 5 pips and I close it here. Eventually, as I remember, this went all the way up, and then I could have targeted like more than 10 pips, but well, let's play safe. So yeah, just target 5 pips. The next one is going to be, let's take a look. This is another trade that I did on dollar yen pair. Okay, so you got a confirmation here that you had this huge, well, not that huge, but this big red candle tried to break the 200 EMA and failed. After that, PA, the price went up, and after that, I got my second confirmation here. Okay, so this was a huge green candle. All right, and it went all the way up, but this was not enough for 5 pips. I personally decided to wait for this one until it bounces back to dragon, which it did. Okay, and then when it bounced back again, I entered here and set 5 pips of target and close it here. Okay, I should have opened my trade actually here. I think I was busy WhatsApping someone, like I was exchanging WhatsApp messages. Actually, I forgot what I was doing, but I should have opened it here. But anyways, there was a second chance, so I opened my trade here, set my target, and close it here. All right. So always look when you trade the break of the dragon. My advice to you is always look for a second confirmation. All right. So let's take a look at another example. This is also dollar yen, but this time I went bearish, so I went short. And as you can see here, I got my confirmation because I have a break of the dragon, okay, and then my second confirmation also came because it also broke the 200 EMA, okay. My third confirmation came because actually we got a second, okay, red candle, huge red candle here that not only continued the trend but also broke this previous consolidation area. So you have this consolidation area here that also serves as support, okay? But this support here was finally broken with this, okay? So I got 3 confirmations. I got a broke of the dragon, I got a second consecutive huge red candle, and a break of the support uh, area here. Okay, so after that, what did I do? I basically waited for a bounce back to dragon. I could have entered here, but then I entered on the second bounce back to dragon. Okay, went bearish, went short, and closed my trade here. All right. And well, that's the last one. So guys, this is all for today. If you have any questions, just leave your comment on the comment section below, and it'll be my pleasure to reply to you guys. And remember, stay green. So I wish you guys a wonderful week of trading, and please make a lot of pips and stay green. And regards. Thank you. Bye bye.